Today we will be working with dollar yield. Dollar yield. We're going to determine how much of a particular product is needed to produce a specific dollar amount of sales. That is the purpose of the dollar yield. To work with dollar yield, we will need three items. A historical we'll need historical sales, so historical gross sales. We also need historical units used to produce the sale. Example, let's say we made $30,000 and we sold, as recorded, 500 units of item A, and then for the projection purpose we will need the projected sales or projected gross revenue. We will use A and B to calculate the relation between unit and sales, and then take that answer to determine how many units we would need to create the projected sales. So, example 1. Let's assume we have historical gross sale of $30,000. And when we look at our sales mix, we see we use 500 units of A, item A, to produce $30,000. We also, our projected gross sale will be $25,000. So, using 1 and 2, we will calculate our gross sale, or dollar yield. That is the relationship between the units used and the gross sale. There are two ways to do this, two methods, but we're going to use a pretty simple division method to determine what gross sale would one unit of unit A produce. So that would be gross sale divided by total. This is our total gross sale. Let me correct that. Total gross sale divided by total number of unit, or instead of unit, let's use the word item. Let's use the word item for less confusion. Let's use the word item. So I-T-E-M-A. That's the total number of item A. And what we'll get is the dollar yield. And what the dollar yield will be is how much money one unit of item A will produce. So let's substitute here, and our total gross sale, that is the historical total gross sale, is $30,000 divided by our total number of item A used, which was 500, equals, we get $60. And what this tells us is that for every $60 in sales produced, $60 in gross sales produced, we used 1 unit of item A. Pretty simple. 1 unit of item A produced $60 in gross sale. Now, if we wanted to, we have our projected sales of $25,000, and we need to know how many units of item A would we need to make $25,000. What we're going to do is simply divide our projected sales, which is $25,000, and that divided by our dollar yield of $60, and that equals 416.667. We could round this number up to 417 units of item A. What we have, let's review: $30,000 in historical gross sales. If we look at our sales mix, from our sales mix we use 500 units of item A, whatever that is, to determine the relationship between the unit and the gross sale. We divide our historical gross sale by the number of items we use. That gave us $30,000 divided by 500 equals $60. And what that told us is for every $60 in gross sale, we should use 1 unit of item A. Now, if we wanted to know how many item A we would need to make $25,000, we take our projected sale, new projection of 25,000, and divide that by 60. That gave us 416.667, or rounded up 417 units of item A to produce the $25,000 in sale. Let's do another example. What we're going to carry over is our $60, which is our dollar yield. Let's take that over to a clean page, and so our dollar yield from previous page was $60. Remember, we determined that $60 by dividing our historical gross sale of $30,000 by total units of item A, which was 500, and we came up to that $60. And remember, what this $60 tells us is the relationship: 1 unit of A will produce $60 in sales. Pretty simple math. Now, let's take a pretty small number, and let's say we had a projected sale of $6,000. Let's take $6,000 for simplicity's sake. For simplicity's sake, we will take projected sales of $6,000, and we could assume, let's say this was going to be a sales for a day or for 2 days, and and we want to know how many units of item A would we need. How many units of item A needed to produce $6,000 in sale. What we're going to do here is we take this, the dollar yield number, we say our projection, our projected sale divided by our dollar yield, which would substitute to be our 6,000 divided by, again, our dollar yield of 60, and we get, this is the dollar, this is dollar, we get 100 units of A. And that covers that. Pretty simple. This is method number 1 for using dollar yield. Next time we will use a very simple method that arrives at the same number. Just take a different approach. Thank you for watching.